What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? So, what is going on in this market? A lot of people are getting shaken out. You can look at subscribers on my channel. You know, we used to have 10,000 people that would watch these videos, 5,000 people that would watch these videos. Now we're down to far less. So, something's going to have to change in the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem in order to bring back attention and eyes. And building within this ecosystem is the number one thing. And we are doing that. The number two thing is presence. And right now, we can't get a foothold, if you will, on new eyes because Donald Trump and these tariffs have kind of washed a lot of people out of this market. Now, the question that most of you would or should have is, will this continue? Is this it? Is this the bull run? Did we just miss it? Was it just, this is the new paradigm? Now we don't have bull runs and maybe something will or won't happen, et cetera, et cetera. And look, nobody knows the real answer to that. We can only guess. But I would hazard a guess that we are just fine and that everything has just been delayed. And the reason for that, again, we've talked about the global monetary flow into risk assets and how it's pumped over the last several months, but it has not really come into crypto. And when we look at the structure of the way the money is flowing, we see what's happening. It's getting stretched out because of these tariffs. Now, China just imposed an 84% retaliatory tariff, total 84%, to the United States 104% tariff. And that's going to cost a lot of money to a lot of American people. And that's not a problem. That's resetting global markets. And it's something that the United States has needed to do for a very, very long time. However, again, the side effect of this is that we've kind of run retail out of the business. In January, famously, Eric Trump said it's a great time to buy Ethereum. Maybe it was February. But he said it's a great time to buy Ethereum. It was at $3,400. Ethereum is at $1,400 today, $1,457 as of right now. So was it a great time to buy Ethereum? It was not even close. It was a disastrous time to buy Ethereum. For anybody who says, yeah, but the price is going to go back up. Yeah, but you also could have bought it $1,400. Do you see what I'm saying? This was a catastrophic time to buy Ethereum. And that's really what's going on, is that, a lot of the people who are in here are taking their money out to reset themselves, and they're scaring you out of the market thinking that nothing is coming. But that's the trick that everybody is having played upon them. Now, if you are already in and you already have your bag, there's not really much you can do about it. I mean, you're in the space. This is your thing. So let's talk about where it's going to go next. So hit the like button on your way in and let's check it out. All right, and let's start off with this right here. This is Terra Pump. There's the Believe in Lunc token. Had a sell-off last night, just one, or this morning, just one seller selling off, getting themselves, made a nice little bag, I think. But we're sitting at 4.3 cents right now, still up 4.5x from where we launched. Again, I've taken my original investment out, so I'm good for this. But here's what's going on. Unfortunately, I got surpassed. You guys hate me. Ew, that's gross. But Blame has unbonded. We've had Rakoff unbond. We've had Neil at 31 cents, still looking to continue moving. But we've had CTX pop in here, go to 14 cents. We've had P still sitting and hovering around 13. We have Lunc Live sitting at 9 cents. We've got Rex YZ kind of show up out of nowhere and is at 9.5 cents right now. So Lenny Lunc, Not Cat, we got a whole bunch of them that are just kind of popping up and cropping up here. So there's a lot starting to launch over on this. And the question now is, can we get some traction? Can we get some movement out of this market? And I think that if we can, then that's going to be a really good play. I mean, there's some real opportunity here for anybody who's looking to flip. It's a swap. So you're just trying to accumulate more Luna Classic for the moment or the day or the time when you're selling. It's PvP. This is meme coins, okay? You're not obligated to holding on to anything or hodling. You're obligated to making money for you and your family or Luna Classic so that you can hold for longer. So go find you something that moves you. Find, whatever crypto it is out here that you're looking for, and go get them. You know what I mean? Like just go out here and get them as quickly as possible. El Pepe also kind of took off a little bit, so make something happen. You know what I mean? And that, by the way, that's how we attract more people here at the moment. Now, I'm not partnered with Trobits. Again, I do want to stress this. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't have any kind of partnership or anything. I did a 1-month promo for them, but look, if you look at Lunc burns right now, compared to last month, this thing is blowing up by comparison. Now remember, the largest that we had was 184. We've had near 180 for like 4 days in a row, which means that more people are coming in, more people are engaging, and more people are seeing these ads. These ads are the ones that generate the revenue. I still wish they would do more with SHIB. I still wish they would do more with Luna Classic. To me, this feels a little bit generic. Overall, like I would like to see it just a little bit more refined. They gave me, and I have a key to do my own updates, but I don't work for them, so they're helping me out and they're doing it for me. So as you can see right here, the updates are happening every single day. So if you guys want, you can certainly come check it out over here as well. The important thing though is they're adding and continuing to add new content to this roster so that you have a reason to come to this website. And not only that, in the event that you happen to hold SHIB, guess what? The SHIB burns are going up, up, up and away too. So are they burning huge supplies? No, of course not. But they're burning daily supplies. And at some point, that just really is going to add up to quite a bit. When you, I probably have to take a spreadsheet or something like that and kind of pull, but look at March right here. How much was burned every single day? They're burning at least 150,000. And again, that's not huge. That's not huge, but this is also not insignificant anymore. If you, just kind of zoom out, 150, 160, we were looking at that, we were feeling pretty good. Now you get to April, and what's happening in April? Well, now it's ticked up even higher. Well, what happens when that doubles every day? And then what happens when that doubles every day? And then what happens, again, this is retail coming back. What happens when that doubles every day? Well, what happens at that point is we're suddenly burning, 1 million a day. That's 30 million a month. Is that huge? No, it's not. It's not huge by any means. But here's the thing, top 100 burners. Let's just go look and see who the top 100 burners. Well, Lunasphere has only burned 62 million, and I say only because it's by comparison to 250 billion from Terraform Labs. So it's still significant. It's just, again, if you're burning 1 million a day, that's 30 million. Within 2 months, that's 60 million. Within 90 days, that's 90 million. That puts you in the top 15 of all-time burners. So they're not insignificant in what's going on right now. And in fact, every day, if you're burning 150,000, you're burning 4 or 5 million. Take a little while to get into this top 15, but they are well on their way to getting there. And it could be even faster than we think. Again, just a little bit more attention being paid to that website, and it could blow up. So let's keep moving on here. I wanted to point this out. There's not really a lot of crypto is in a very difficult and precarious sort of situation right now, and it's frustrating. I know for a lot of people, you've been relying on and waiting for the bull run, and it hasn't happened yet. But I want to also point out here, like for whatever reason, we're not getting. You look at there's not even coverage of Luna Classic popping up on Google like it used to. 6 days ago was the last article, and it's basically generic at this point. And sometimes, to be fair, I feel like what I'm doing is pretty generic sometimes. Like I'm not really, am I providing you with information, or am I just doing it every day just to make sure that you're informed about what's going on for that day? And then, of course, I'm giving my perspective long-term, stuff like that. I'm doing the news, but I mean, I think you guys understand what I'm saying here. It's frustrating overall that we haven't gotten the market and the move that we wanted to get. Ultimately, we will, but it's also a testament here to how this market is really just kind of, I know it's getting, it's I think we're hitting the bottom. I think we have really kind of bottomed at this point. that doesn't mean that there couldn't be one strong just cascade down to the bottom. I really do want to stress that. We're going to look at the chart and I'll tell you what I think there. But, again, I do have a long term. I think we're going to 3X pretty soon. But, let's go a little bit further. So I can't get this thing to stay black for whatever reason. I have to go over here every single day and just hit this and redo it. I don't know why it's not saving. Probably my cookies. Maybe I need to reset and do something. But remember, there was the phased approach to establish the on-chain liquidity. And, well, that has now become something that's up for a vote. So phased approach to establish on-chain liquidity for USDC on Terra Classic is up for a vote so far. And everybody so far, except Moonrunners, has voted yes. And there, by the way, there's an individual wallet out here that voted as well. But the point is, they've right now it's 99% yes with 1 no. So that seems like a pretty good number right there. Jesus is Lord says, I support having a Lunc stablecoin pair on chain, which also generates swap fees for Burns, the community pool, and the Oracle pool. Lunc Goblin says, bad actor is voting yes. Blame Frag for on-chain liquidity injection. Let's finally do something constructive for the chain. That's really what people are saying, and let's do that. Let's do something good for the chain. I think that this is going to establish money. Establish money on Terra Luna Classic. USDC is an imperative here, and it's because it's in the United States. This is a good segue into Circle being more prevalent in all of crypto, and since it will be, why not have it over here? So I'm in support of this, and I appreciate people like Jesus is Lord looking at this and saying, I support having Lunc stablecoin pairs. Again, he and I don't always see eye to eye, or she and I don't know if it's a he or she, but we don't always see eye to eye. But I support when they support what I support. I like to see that. So, and this is one of the largest validators. Now, why is Jesus Lord 2 not validating or voting? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't play the voting games. I'm not, you see something, I don't need to see what everybody else's vote is. So I don't know why only one of them is done, but we'll see what happens there. Now, on to price action. We've had a little bit of a recovery today, not a huge, but about a 2% recovery. But what did I tell you to expect? I told you to expect this move happening right now. And when we talked about that, it was over here, right? So what ended up happening is that exact move ended up playing out exactly as we were predicting, and now we're up about 4% on the day. Looks like money is starting to flow into this market. It's not necessarily, from what I can see here, flowing into the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is up and positive for the day in the United States, and the SPY is up and positive, but it's very minor. But there's about $30 billion just kind of entered crypto. It was down just a few moments ago. So to see capital starting to flow back in, good sign. Let's see if it continues. But if it does continue and we get that global liquidity injection, then this is the result right here. And just to be very, very clear, this is what the global liquidity flow looks like. And you can see, not only did we top out over here, which, by the way, again, let's move this around and kind of look at it. Here's the bottom over here, bottom over here, top over here, top over here, and then this big move down. Here's that big spike of liquidity that came out of the market, which is right there. And then we had this, but basically what I'm looking at right now is this little thing right here that, or is it that right there? If that is that right there, and this is this right here, which makes the most sense, then it is fair to say that we just hit this bottom. It's fair to say that we just hit this bottom, and that what I've been doing, and by the way, for those of you that have been watching this for a while, you know that I've been watching this. I've been fascinated by this global liquidity flow, and I'm looking for this chart structure to kind of match what's going on. And basically, this right here matches here. Then you come down here and look at this. This is here. This is here. Does it make sense now? This was right here, but then it gets wonky, right? This is where you get a big dump right there, and then it comes to this part right here, and now you see it doesn't match. It's starting to stretch out. So now what's happening is this whole move here has become something different. It's starting to stretch, right? So we got that. We stretched it out just a little bit. Now, what is this move right here? Now, what is this move right here? And it makes sense that that's what I'm talking about right there. And I know I'm getting into the weeds for you guys, but then you see right here, that's, again, stretching out just a few more days, right? That's what it seems to be. And then we had the dump, and then we had this other kind of fake out sort of move towards the upside, which is going to be a relief rally, which we haven't experienced yet because guess what? It's being drawn out even further. Now, why is it being drawn out further? Well, that is the tariff war. It should have already been handled, but it has not been. So it's just taking longer. But here's the thing. Ultimately, no matter what you think or what I think, this massive amount of global liquidity flowing into markets will have to show up in crypto at some point very, very soon. It's inevitable. And again, when we get into a fine grain look here, that's where we are. And there's no arguing that. And by the way, this is just Luna Classic. If I were to look at Bitcoin and do the same thing, I won't see the same movement, but I will see kind of the same. If I just come over here and look at it from the same objective lens and say that, there's the top right there. This secondary pump right here actually went higher because the global liquidity market was moving faster than we thought. Then you have this big secondary pump right here, which came up over here. Then you have this right here, and you have this secondary retest, which came up over here. Then you have this next retest right here, which came up over here. We're at the bottom. Like it just looks to me like we're at the bottom. And the more I look at it, the more convinced I get. And of course, it's easy for me to look at it this way because if I say it this way and I just kind of drag you along, then, at some point I'm going to be right. Now, I would like to be right early. I know that the money's going to flow in. I just, these markets are some of these things are cooked. I mean, some of these things are really, really cooked. And as a matter of fact, it doesn't get any more obvious when you're looking at it than if you're looking at it from Solana standpoint. I mean, let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's remove this resistance here. And then let's like a harsh look at what's going on with Solana. And I mean, if you really kind of check it out, where's the top right there? Secondary top kind of stretched out. Is that the top right there? Or is this the right here? I don't think so. What I think is actually, that's not November, that's January. So this should have been January. Yeah, so that right there is the move right there. And then there is your secondary pump, right? There's your secondary move right there. Then there's your big little spike that happens right there, which is a little spike that happens right there. Then you have this big mountain of a move right here, boom, right there. Now, the question is that right? Or is that this right here was the spike right there? You know what I'm saying? Like this is where it starts to get, we're getting into the weeds now. And this, if we're right, and this is stretching out, and this is going a little bit further, and there's that secondary test right there. But if we're doing that, and we're doing that, then we're doing this right here, and we're saying that kind of right there matches up with right here. This right here kind of matches up right here. Well, that means that we got a long way to go. But I don't think that's the case. You see what I'm saying? Like some of these are moving faster than others, and it's basically that Bitcoin is stronger. So I think the market is more structured towards Bitcoin. So looking at Solana, we get the good feeling, like we see this sort of thing playing out, but we're not seeing the exact matchup. But over in Bitcoin, I think we're kind of seeing that, matchup. So that's what I think is going on, guys. Ultimately, I think this market is just it's waiting right now for that next big move. That next big move is really, really, really just going to be a flood of money coming into the markets. Now, as far as meme coins go, we're about 1351. We're at 1349 yesterday. There's just no movement. There's nothing really, really happening over here to write home about that's, kind of lighting it up. So I don't see, we're basically down a couple percentage points for everything, but we're up a little bit on Luna Classic because it's going through a little bit of a pump right now. And again, 3%, not really a lot. So, I'm not telling you that there's a huge amount coming because we're still far down, but it's a blue day and it's a green day. We'll take a green day any day of the week. So there you have it. Also, flow still down. Market cap is down, but again, we're pumping as of 7 p.m. last night. USTC, the same thing, down again. As far as the rest of the market goes, rake off, blame, all of these different ones that are out here. Like buy these things up. Again, I tell you to buy, believe, but I don't really care. I mean, buy whatever you want. Let's just get some stuff unbonded on Luna Classic, and let's start making some really good stuff happen. As far as burns go, back to the big number, 638 million, not looking great. 137 million burn yesterday. This big one fell off, so now we're dealing with these four candles, or these candles right here. 271 million going to fall off tomorrow, so the number is going to go down 50, 80, that's 90, 110, 100 and 220, 357. So it'd be about less than 400 million by tomorrow. It'll be about 370 million. Well, let's guess 370 million for tomorrow. So that's it. That's your update. That's what's going on. Guys, it's I just look, I'm telling you that I know that the money is ready to flow into the market. Donald Trump has just messed some things up. It's for the best for the United States, by the way, but I mean, he's broken some things, and hopefully we'll see them get fixed very soon. It's not financial advice.